She tells us some of the stuff and she tells us to answer them, and then she sends us to our tables and we have to do some math stuff.
And the math stuff they do ensures that pupils at Eleanor Palmer Primary School in North London achieve well above average results. Over 4 programmes, we're looking at how they teach mathematics across Key Stage 2. Head teacher Kate Frood is also the maths coordinator, and she has a clear vision of what she expects.
I think there are a few abiding principles that are clear, but they're clear in our approach to teaching and learning, which is that you're teaching children, not a subject. So you know those children and how they respond as individuals. You are enthusiastic. You put some thought and planning into the lesson rather than just, turn over and do the next page, that you're differentiating, that you are questioning. I mean, the level of a lesson just raises so much when you ask the right questions.
10, add 3, take away 1.
This is Year 3, taught by Rosalind Carroll.
Is it 11?
Also
I mean 12.
Oh yes, you corrected yourself. 10, add 3 is 13, take away 1 is 12. 2 more sums coming up. Amelia, I saw you got that so fast. I just, in the first term, just really focus on number as much as possible. They generally have quite a solid understanding of number bonds to 10, and it's really just then teaching them that when they know that, they can pretty much know so many things. And when they know their 2 times table, they can know their 4 times table, and then their 8 times table, and when they know their 3s, they know their 6s. So it's just getting what they know, and they've just become secure with 3 adds to 2 equals 5. So do you remember? We can put those numbers in our diamond fact family, and we know 4 sums from that. What do we know, Caitlin?
We know that 5 adds...
Oh, careful. We know
3 add 2 equals 5.
And we know
5 add 2 equals...
Oh, who can help her out? Cheryl.
Is it 5 take away 3 makes 2?
Oh, brilliant. So do you remember, we know 2 adding sums and 2 take away. We know 3 add 2 is 5, and we know 2 add 3 is 5. And Cheryl's just told me 5 take away 2 is 3. And we also know that 5 take away 3 is 2. So, you're going to see how many fact families you can see on the board. We'll find one from there. So as soon as you get a pen, you can start. As soon as you get a ball.
When 5 adds 2 is 7. 5 to 7.
You got 10.
What numbers up there can we use, Amelia? That's it. And we join it to the 10, couldn't we? Because what do 4 and 6 make?
10.
Brilliant.
Added 3. 15.
Okay. Who can tell me a group of numbers that go together? Malachi.
10 add 20 is 30.
Fantastic. So I can make a chain between 10, 20 and 30. 10, 20 and 30. Leah, tell me one of yours.
15 add 5 is 20.
15 and 5 and 20. Dante, can you tell me?
14 add 6 is 20.
I love that. You've used 2 new numbers, 14 and 6 and 20. Can you tell me a subtraction sum with those 3 numbers, Dante?
20 take away 6 is 14.
Brilliant boy. One of the most important things is for them to understand about links between different operations, as well as all the links between numbers. And so I really wanted them to understand that if they knew how to add, they knew their number bonds to 10, and they know how to number facts to 10, then they can do to 20 by sort of repeating what they know already. Can you make all the numbers 1 to 20 using only 2, 3 plus take away and equals? Can anybody tell me straight away how I can make number 1? How can I make number 1 only using 2, 3 plus and minus? Leah?
3 take away 2.
Right, I can make 1 by doing 3 take away 2, and I can just, so I'm certain, I can write equals 1. Are there any numbers that I don't actually have to do any adding or taking away? Marcello?
2 and 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3s. Actually, I can do those straight away. I could do 2 and I can do 3. Who can tell me how I would make 4? Hannah?
2 and 2.
2 add 2, it's quite easy, isn't it, really? Do you think it's going to get harder?
Yeah.
When is it going to get harder?
When you're about like up to 10 or 15 or 17.
Right.
So the children get to work making numbers up to 20 from different pairs of single-digit numbers, such as 2 and 3, 5 and 3, or 2 and 4, using just addition and subtraction.
2 add 2 equals 6. I know. Add 2 add 2. 5 plus 5.
What's double 2? Is that our answer?
So we've got our fact family, and we've got 15, and we're missing 2 numbers. Which 2 numbers could we use to add up to 15?
5.
Yes, 5. Add
5.
something add 5 makes 15. I think one of the problems is sometimes children come into year 3 and they don't understand number, they don't understand what 100 is, or they don't have a clue about how to times. And that's, you really have to take those children right back to the start, and there's no point in them doing the times tables if they don't know how to count to 20 or what 100 looks like or what 100 is. So it's some children they won't maybe get quite to that stage in year 3, so you just have to really keep going over the foundations or the building blocks of maths. Leah has worked brilliantly, and she's got all the way up to 12. And now she's stuck on 13. Now, without me even writing in the sums, can anyone suggest to Leah how she might make 13?
5 add 3 is... No, 3 add 2 is 5, then another 3 add 2 is 10, then add 3 is 13.
Excellent. Well done, Mia. So, Leah, if you know how to make 10, then you know how to make 13. Okay, put your hands up if you enjoyed that investigation. Hands up. Fred, what was good about it?
You found out lots of new sums because you added the things.
So you found out you can make lots and lots of numbers with only, how many numbers were you using?
2.
Only 2 numbers, right. Who can tell me which numbers can you see you can make already with 2 and 4? Okay, Caitlin, hand shot up, yes.
2 add 2 is 4.
2 add 2 is 4, yeah. And just 2 is 2, isn't it? Gabe?
You can make 6 by doing 2 and 4.
You can do 2 add 4 to make 6. Who can tell me something else I can make?
You can make any even number.
Oh, right. Can we see as well? Manashi's just spotted. It's miss 1, do 1, miss 1, do 1, miss 1, do 1. Benjamin, which numbers am I able to make? All of the...
You'll be able to make the 3, you'll not be able to make the 5, not the 7, not the 9, not the 11, not the 13.
So can you tell me which numbers at the end I'm going to be able to make?
You're not going to... You're going to be able to make 20.
Right.
Because you just go through 9, 11, 13...
So which numbers can't I make? They've all got something
19.
in common. Which numbers can't I make, Lily?
They're all odd numbers which you can't make and all even numbers that you can make.
Why do you think that is? What's special about the 2 numbers I'm using?
Maybe because they're even.
Because the numbers in the question are even. Maybe that's why we can only make even numbers. You all are so good at adding and taking away that actually you have proved that you can do so many sums with quite tricky numbers. Can anyone see?
But what is the head teacher's role in maintaining standards in the school?
I really do think as coordinator, which I ultimately am, you do have a responsibility for inspiring and sharing ideas. But whenever we share ideas, we'll spend a lot of time, what would you ask? What would you ask? How could you develop that? How could you probe? What next? So questions, getting the teachers better and better at asking questions.
Why do you think that is?
And I am aware that, that the ability to question, to plan questions and to spontaneously question is to do with subject knowledge. But I've seen colleagues in this school and in other schools I've worked in really develop as their confidence develops and as their own personal understanding develops. And a lot of them have commented that their own maths teaching was not about enjoying it and was not about understanding it. And as they as teachers have begun to enjoy and understand it more and have developed their repertoire of questions, their lessons improve.
17. Which 2 numbers did you add first, Amber?
As part of her role, head teacher Kate Frood regularly observes classroom teaching. This is another of Rosalind Caron's Year 3 maths lessons.
I've got a question for you four, and it's quite hard. If other groups put their cards in different places, will they still get the same big total?
Oh yeah, they will.
Will they?
The pupils are making combinations of numbers in a triangle and exploring the totals they get.
9.
9, so let's do 9 quickly there.
Ros also has 2 teaching assistants in the room.
What could they do? They're saying, oh, we haven't added it up yet. Where would you, if you were adding these up, what would you do first?
During this session, what exactly is Kate looking
Who is
for?
it?
They're fantastically motivated, that's great, and they're loving it, and they're working well in teams. But the sort of thing I'd like to post to bosses afterwards, just really for discussion, not as a criticism, is arithmetic error in these things. Because I just left this group and they just added it up wrong. So where does that leave them? Because actually we need to get the sums right to see the maths as that group have done. So just a discussion to have, not criticism, but you know, for her to reflect about how she's going to deal with independent groups getting sums wrong, I think.
Right, why does it make
But
number
the
bigger?
questioning's
You've got the
fantastic.
biggest numbers you have in the corners.
Numbers are easy, but she's reminded them of strategies. But in terms of thinking and reasoning,
They
and
do
working
join
and
up,
talking,
but
they're
so
doing really well.
what? Who can make the lowest total in the middle? Quick, who's going to make the lowest? How are you going to make lowest?
Afterwards, Kate, Ros and her teaching assistants get together for feedback on the lesson.
So in terms of a lesson that combined core number skills with developing reasoning and all that, I thought that was really, really good, and I thought they progressed. And the pitch and the challenge was great. I thought it was right. First thing to say to you though, and it's not a criticism, it's a kind of is what happened quite quickly in the lesson was they got their sums wrong. What do you do in those lessons? Because if they get the sums wrong,
Then it's going to affect the whole.
so in a way the lesson is about rehearsing mental addition, but that's just something to think about, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
How you guard against that, because you can't possibly run around the class
Yeah, you
and
can't
check it
mark
all.
them,
And something that I always observe when I watch lessons with teaching assistants is that dependency. And I think what do you do about that? Because they need you, but then if they learn to depend on you, where's the independence?
And even if
I
they
don't know
work-
what you do about that.
Even if they work on their own, they sort of can't stay on task. They start drawing.
But it's something we've got to always be aware of. Otherwise, if you don't give them, it's the old chestnut with any kind of teaching assistant support statement is, whatever, that kind of learned dependency becomes counterproductive, and they think they can't do anything.
It's out of their comfort zone, I guess.
The one thing I still perhaps didn't see, and we've got to keep going back to it, is pen in hand, annotate. Because, you did sit with a lot of kids, you really sat with them, as I did, and it would be nice to scribble on their sheets.
No.
So all of you, pen in hand, pen round neck, whatever. Because I'd much rather see a comment like, well done Benjamin, you did these first 2 independently, big smiley face, than some irrelevant tick sheet completed later, that kind of annotation. So that's just something, but I thought it was great and I loved it and they loved it, and I think you worked really well as a team.
No,